Okay, cool. Okay. So let me just quickly walk you through what we had learned yesterday. Okay. So just brief overview about the Excel interface. You can see your home is there, insert is there, page layout, formulas, and different other options are there. View, developer. So developer may not be available in your Excel as of now. Power Pivot also may not be available. Okay. So we can add these options additionally. We will learn about this with the time. Okay. So don't worry about that. So this home, insert, so multiple options are there. So these are nothing but the tabs. So I'm just adding here few examples, etc. So these are nothing but called as the tab. Okay. So how to use shortcuts also? I'm going to tell you, you don't have to mug up each and every shortcut, only few shortcuts you need to remember. Otherwise, you will able to apply shortcuts without remembering it. Most of. Okay. So at the top, you can see different tools are there, options are there, conditional formatting, wrap text, merge center, cell style. So different options are there. So this part, so above part is nothing but called as the ribbon. Okay. It contains different options simply. And if you look at the top part, here you can see clipboard is there. Then this line is separating. This font is there. Then alignment is there, number is there, and you can see the separator as a line in between it, right? So for example, if you go to the another tab also, right now if you don't know about what are these options, so you don't have to worry about it. Formulas is there, so within formula define names, formula auditing, and separator is there. Okay, so these are the different tools. For example, font is there, so font. So under this font group, multiple tools are combined. So based on the similarity of the actions they perform, this grouping is done. Okay, so group is there. So I'm just quickly revising what we had learned yesterday. So I'm not going in depth. If you don't know about any options, don't worry about that. Okay, so just understand the structure interface of the Excel. So this is the grouping. So within each group, you can see multiple tools are there. Okay, then you can see this bar. For example, just observe it carefully. If I'm typing anything, so you can see you are able to see here. Okay, in this bar. So this bar is nothing but called as a formula bar. Just break this word. So it is a combination of formula and bar. Okay. So bar is nothing but space. You can see. So this one is the bar. So formula. So it is something related to the formula. Okay. So just take very simple example. I just want to add these two numbers in this cell. Okay. So what I will do, I will add some formula. So I'm not starting the formula concept right now. I just want to show you how it works. Okay. So I just added here some formula. So just observe that you are able to do changes here, right? You are able to edit your formula here, where you are able to edit in the formula bar, right? You are able to edit it in the formula bar. So that's why it is called as the formula bar. Okay. So I'm just clicking randomly anywhere within the Excel. Okay. Anywhere within the Excel, I'm just clicking. And you can see here I10. So this I10 is nothing but the address to this particular cell. For example, if I'm clicking here and just highlighted it. Okay, so what is the address for this? So address for any cell is composed of with two things. One is with the column name or column number, we can say, and row name or the row number. Okay, so these vertical lines are called as the columns, and this horizontal line called as the rows. And combination of this vertical and horizontal line makes this box, which is called as the cell. So each box is called as the cell. I think you are already aware about this basic concept cell. So what is address for this yellow highlighted cell? So as per the concept, it should be the combination of column name or column number and row number. So what is the column for this? That is the app. Okay. What is the row? You can see 17. So address for this cell will be F17. Which cell? Yellow highlighted cell for this cell. You can see I'm clicking on the yellow highlighted cell, and in the box I can see F17. So this is nothing but called as the name box. Okay. This is nothing but called as the name box. Any question till this point? Anything?
No.
Okay, cool. Then you can see a bar is there. I can scroll up and down. Okay. At the bottom, you can scroll left and right and vice versa. So this is nothing but called as the scroll bar. So scroll bar, one is the vertical, another is the horizontal. Okay. So this one is called as a vertical scroll bar. So with the help of this vertical scroll bar, you can go up and down. With the help of the horizontal, you can go left and right or right to left. Okay, pretty simple. Then you can see a sheet one. You can add sheets, sheet 2, sheet 3. So structure of each sheet is similar. Okay. So like this, how many sheets you can add? You can add 256 sheets. Very simple. You can add like this 256 sheets. Okay, cool. Then at the bottom, you can see your option which is called as zoom. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, you can use this option with the help of the plus and minus sign, or you can use this percentage also. You can click, you can customize, or you can select from the available one also. So you can just do the selection, and you can just zoom in or zoom out depending upon the view that you want. Okay, clear this point?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we had already covered this concept, basically basic concepts yesterday only. Okay, so just go through it, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, in upcoming classes. So these are the three views. You can just, if you want to see what is particular tool or option is there, you can just bring your cursor anywhere. For example, if you want to see this icon, you just bring. So it is a normal page layout, page break. So these are the three different views of the Excel. You can just go through the yesterday's recording. You will get idea about what are these options. So these are just simply changing the views. So what are their application? Just go through it. Okay, cool. So today we are going to start with the new topic. So that topic is very important. Whether you are learning Excel, Advanced Excel, Ultrix, Click, VBA, any other programming language. So this concept is going to be very useful for you. Okay. So I just have simple one question for you. What are the two different data types in mathematics? Simple, very simple question. Like just at broad level, what are the data types?
Alpha.
Sorry,
I said alpha or numeric.
okay, alpha or numeric. Okay, alpha or numeric. Cool. So alpha means alphabets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can say
So
it's string. Yeah.
yeah.
Real
So
number.
yeah. So alphabets are there, right? So just let me broaden this concept of alpha into, for example, if you have special character, this dollar sign is there, at the rate is there, asterisk is there. So what are these? These are the characters, right? Okay. So I want to include these characters also into this alpha. Okay. So I will change the concept it as a text. Am I going right? Any doubt?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this text will include alphabets as well as any character. Okay. And on the other side, we have the numbers, numeric. So as per the mathematics, what are the numbers? What is definition of number? Just in a simple layman language.
0 or 1.
Sorry, 0 or?
Which can be counted.
Okay. But how can we identify? Any other definition?
Value.
Okay. For example, if I'm writing here it as a number, okay, and here you can see here alphabets, okay. How can you identify that?
Zero
Yeah.
number 0
From
to
0
9.
to 9, we have we will find any from numbers from 0 to 9.
Yeah. So
Yes,
anything
sir.
composed of numbers between 0 to 9, right? So
Yes.
anything composed of numbers between 0 to 9, that is the
9.
number. And
Yes.
other than this 0 to 9, anything,
Is text.
alphabet, any special character, anything, so that is considered as a text, right? Any doubt? Clear? Okay. So this was about the mathematics. Okay. So what about the Excel? What about the programming language? So this text and number may be further classified again. Okay. We don't have to go to that point right now. We just have to simply understand the broad classification of text and numbers. Okay. So what about the Excel? What about the computer? Simply, for example, if I'm writing, so what is the current timing? Okay. So what do you think? This one is the text or number? So just mention the current time.
Combination of numbers and text.
Okay. For example, if I'm writing, so for example, I'm writing hyphen. Okay. So this is also text, right? According to you.
Yes.
Or according to the mathematics, definition of mathematics. Okay.
Yes.
For example, if I'm writing here today's date 17/11/2024. Okay. So this one is the text or the number? Any
Both.
idea? Any guess?
Both.
Okay. So this one is the date and this one is the time. Okay, cool. So according to the mathematics, so it is composed of both text and numbers. But according to the Excel, the concept is little different. Okay. Cool. Okay. So these two are the numbers. So simply you can say time and date. So these two are the numbers. So next question is that what is the definition of the numbers in the Excel? Okay. If you want to add before going to that part, for example, I just mentioned the current timing. Okay. So current timing is 11:20 and date is 17th. Okay. How to add date and time, current timing with the help of the shortcuts? So control semicolon. Okay. So control semicolon, just hold control key and press semicolon. So you can get today's date and control colon. How to add this? Control plus shift plus the key on which semicolon is there. Okay, so control semicolon for current timing. Any doubt on these two shortcuts? Okay, cool. I'm taking it as a no.
Time and date both are control semicolon.
Sorry, control semicolon is uh, for the date and control colon.
Colon, yeah.
Yeah. How to activate this colon? Control shift and you have to press same key, because you can see colon and semicolon are on the same button, right, on the keyboard. So while pressing this, just press control plus shift plus same, that semicolon button only you have to press. Okay. So these are nothing but, you can see between these two shortcuts, what is the similarity between these two shortcuts? Any similarity?
Control.
Yeah, control is there. So in Excel, only two types of shortcuts are there: control shortcuts and alt shortcuts. We are going to cover this topic separately. So just remember that for alt shortcut, logic is there. Okay, you don't need to mug up these shortcuts. Alt shortcuts. Control shortcuts, you need to remember. Okay. We are going to cover this topic with the time. So just remember control and alt. So these are the two types of the shortcuts. Okay. Leave this concept.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So in Excel, how to identify number and text? So that is the question. So we have three different rules. How many rules? Three rules. So with the help of the three rules, you can identify whether your value is text or the column. Sorry, text or the number. The first rule is that, for example, I'm just writing something here. Okay. So just these two cells carefully. One is the India, another one is the 12. Okay. So what is this? And what is this? Simply you
Ca-
can see, sorry.
Character and number.
Yeah. So simply you can see text is this and number. You can easily identify it. Okay. But just observe it carefully. Any difference are you able to see between these two? Anything?
Yeah, there is a difference. This is completely numeric. This is completely text, right?
Yeah. But just observe the position of these two.
The different
One
cells.
is on the left, another is on the right.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yes,
difference is there in the alignment. Sorry?
yeah.
Sorry, you want to add anything?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. So difference is there in terms of alignment. So you can see numbers are aligned on which side?
Right side.
Yeah. So let me add the first difference. So numbers are on the right side and text is there on the left side. So always remember that if I'm adding just for example any special characters, anything I'm adding, you can see it is on the left side. So numbers are on the right side. So you may have questioned that, for example, if this one is the 12, that is the number. If someone changed the alignment, you don't know, like, you got the file and you saw that. So this 12 is on the left side. Okay, so you can't assume that this one is the text. Okay, so that's why we have the three rules, not the single rule. Okay, then If these three criteria are satisfied, fulfilled, then only we can able to identify that is the text or the number. So what is the second criteria? For example, this one is the India. I'm just going here. So these are nothing but the formats. So this is the separate topic. We are going to cover this in depth, different formats. I'm just clicking anywhere. You can see just short date, long date. I have selected this India. Okay. Any changes happening?
No.
Nothing happened. Okay. If I'm going to click on this 12 and I'm just randomly clicking. Okay. Changes are happening?
Yes.
Yes. So these are nothing but the formats. So second topic is the formats. Format. So we are able to do the changes in the format in the number. Okay, not in the text. Any doubt till this point?
No.
Cool. That is the one thing. Okay. Just observe this cell carefully. You are able to see green color triangle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any idea what is this?
It's a error symbol. The 12 is showing as 1 to number, but it's in text.
Okay, cool. So that is the error symbol. So it is indicating the error, this green mark. Okay. So when mostly when we are pulling the data from any database, so most of the time this happen. Okay. If numbers are there, so different types of errors are there. Okay. So just remember when we are pulling the raw data from any database, so at that time format is fixed. Okay. So in that case, we are getting this green mark. I'm just clicking on this. So if I'm just clicking on this, you can see here. Just click on this drop down option and you can see here. So first one is always the problem statement. First one is always the problem statement. What is the problem or issue? Number stored as a text. Second one. So second one is always the solution for your problem. Okay. So it is showing that number is stored as a text. So itself indicating that this one is a number. Okay. So with the help of the green color triangle, that is the error, you can able to identify that is the number or the text. And this concept of number of the text is going to be very useful for you. Okay. Any doubt to this point? Anything?
No, thank you. Very interesting.
Okay, cool. So when I started this concept, so at that time I mentioned that. So this time and date, both are the numbers. Okay. Right. In mathematics, we have the concept called as the theorem, right? In 9th or 10th standard, we have the theorems. And what we need to do, we need to prove that theorem, right? So in the same way, so I have to prove that the time and date, these two are the numbers. So what I will do, I will apply my first rule. So what is my first rule?
Align.
Yeah, so first one is the alignment. Okay. So for both time and date, alignment is which one? Right one, right? So first is approved, right? First condition is satisfied. Okay. So it's not like that you have to apply all these three rules. You can apply this format also. or any two rules are satisfied, then also that's fine. Okay. So that is first rule is applicable, but anyone can change the alignment. Okay. So that is first rule. So second one is the format. So I will change the format, any format. So don't worry about what is format exactly right now. So we are able to change the format. So second condition is also fulfilled for the time, again for the date. So we are able to change the format. Right. So second one is also fulfilled. And you can see here green mark triangle as third one. Okay. Hence, this time and date are the numbers. And Excel will always treat time and date as a number. Always remember. Any doubt till this point? Anything you want to ask? Anything? Any question? Any doubt? Any difficulty in understanding?
I think we can move.
Okay, cool. For example, so what is the current timing? Okay, 11:32. So when I'm converting this 11:32 into number format, so I'm getting 0.48. Okay, let me copy this to another cell so that we can able to see simultaneously timing also. So I'm just converting this into the number format. Okay, simply into the number format. Okay, so it is getting 0.48. So this was the 11:30 a.m. I'm just randomly adding 10 p.m. Instead of 11, just add me. Let me add 13 and just let me convert it into. So I'm getting 0.56. Okay, so this is nothing but the 11:32 p.m. Okay, so I'm getting 0.56. Okay, if I'm adding 12 a.m., so 12 a.m. will be 00. So I'm getting 00. So I'm getting 0.01. Okay, just observe this carefully. I'm simply what I'm going to do. I'm simply converting this time into the number format simply. So you can see. So 12 a.m. is the 00. It means that in the form of the number, timing is considered in between 0 to 1. It is coming twice. Okay. Okay. So what does this indicate? It shows that your timing, when you're converting it into the number format, it is storing it between the numbers between 0 to 1, right? Any doubt in this point? Any doubt?
And the
Right.
down, you can see sometime it goes even beyond 1.9 something, right?
Yeah. So
So,
I just changed the timing because I don't want to show the 12 a.m. na. So I just, that is the 11:59.
oh, that's fine. But before that, you can see 1.96, 1.992, 1.88, 1.83, 1.79,
Okay.
6
Okay.
p.m.,
Cool.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
that mean?
Just a moment. Yeah. So it is just taking actually date also. So that's why some issue in the conversion. Yeah. So 0.96.
We can apply the
We can,
format, right?
yeah, we
Copy
can
paste.
directly apply the format also.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're just format change. Okay. So that's why it is happening here. But broad concept is that your timing is stored in between 0 to 1. Okay. And on the opposite side, for example, if I am adding the today's date and if I am converting this date into the number format, so it is between 45,613. If I am adding yesterday's date here, 16th, and if I'm converting it into the number format, so it is becoming 14,612, right? So each digit is considered as value as 1, right? If I'm adding tomorrow's date,
45614, right? That's what it is.
yeah. So you may have question. So there must be starting point, right? So where one was started. So there must be the one date which was considered as a 1, right? In historical dates, there must be the date which
Yes.
which is considered as a 1, right?
Yes.
So if I'm adding 1st Jan 1900, okay, and if I'm converting this, just let me add 2nd Jan also, 3rd also, and if I'm converting this into the number format, so you can see 1, 2, 3. So Excel is considering 1st Jan 1900 as a 1.
Yes.
So the starting point is this one, right? Okay. So what happen if I'm going to write the date before 1900? For example, 1899. Let me add it as 1899. Okay. You can see one difference here. What is the difference? Any difference? Are you able to see? 1899, and let me add today's date. What is difference you are able to see between these two dates? Any difference?
Text
Alignment.
and number.
Yeah,
Text and number.
alignment. Right. If I'm going to change the format of today's date into the number, so I'm getting this right, 45,613. If I'm changing the format of this date, is it changing?
No.
No.
Yeah, no change. So here I can able to change, you can see. Cool. So it is considering like a text because Excel is considering the dates On
From
what?
1900.
1900. Yeah.
1900.
So starting point is the 1900. So that's why this difference we are able to see.
If
And
as soon as
Mhm.
we change from 1899 to 1900, it will go to the right hand side, right?
Yeah, let's see.
Yes.
Yes, so it is in the wrong format. Yeah. If I'm changing it to 1800, it is going to the left side. Yes.
Yes.
So what you're trying to say? It's a conclusion here.
So the starting point for the Excel is that like 1st Jan 1900. Okay. For example, tomorrow you got the date, so which is before 1900, right? So Excel is not treating this properly, na? So you can't do conversion. You can't apply anything on this. You can't apply formatting. So that should be start from this point only 1900. Then only Excel is working, right? Simple in simple language. Otherwise, it is simply taking it as a text.
Yes.
Clear?
Mm.
Cool. So we just learn about how to identify the text and numbers. So we are going to see the what is the practical use of this concept. Okay. So this concept is very important. I already mentioned again repeating. If you are doing the coding in the VBA, if you are doing something scripting in the Ultrax, Click, Python, SQL, any programming language, text and number concept is much more important. How? Let's say. For example, so I'm not starting the concept of formula. Okay. So I'm just starting the very basic about the formula with the sum. Okay. So idea is just to see the composition of the formula. We are not starting the formula concept right now. Okay. So just see the sum formula. So what is the purpose of sum? Simply for addition purpose, right? Any doubt till this point? Sum is for addition. For example, if I want to add these two numbers with the help of the function, then I will use equal to sign sum. Just observe this formula carefully. I will select these two numbers and just added it. So you can see here, formula is always starting with the equal to sign, right?
Yes.
Why it is starting with the equal to sign? That is the question.
We are expecting left side is output. Might be there is a right side of formula.
Mhm. Okay. For example, if I'm adding anything, any other name, okay, Excel is not showing any activity. If I'm pressing the equal to sign, just pressing yes, you can see here Apex. Apex is nothing but function. Everyone is aware about this, right? Apex is nothing but the function. You are able to see different functions, right? So Excel is behaving differently. If simply I'm typing yes, no. But if I'm adding equal to sign and yes, then Excel is behaving little bit differently, right?
Yes.
So this is because whenever we are simply writing anything within the Excel, so Excel is simply taking it as a plain text. Okay. Plain text. If you are simply writing anything without equal to sign, so Excel is taking this input. I'm adding something here in the cell, it means that is the input. So Excel is considering this input as a plain text. But whenever I'm starting with the equal to sign and yes, so it giving the trigger to the Excel that something is coming, and that is the formula. So input is coming as a formula, and you need to perform some calculations. Okay, so equal to sign, trigger Excel that input is formula, and it need to perform the calculations. Clear? So that's why each formula is starting with equal to sign. That is the one thing. Cool. So just remember, each formula is going to start with the equal to sign. Then, so I'm using the term like function and formula, right? So most of us don't know the difference between the functions and formula. What is function and formula? Anyone knows what is function and what is formula? Okay. So I'm considering that you guys have some basic understanding about the Excel. Do you have anything like basic understanding? Anyone is using like functions like sum, simples like sum or if or something like that?
Yes.
Collection of formula, we can call it as function, right? So
Okay.
set up task like you need to perform like that, we call it as function, right?
Okay. For example, equal to sum, right? So whenever I'm typing yes, I'm getting sum. So this is apex. So this is simply the function. So sum, this sum ifs. So these are nothing but the functions. So these are the inbuilt options. Inbuilt options are the functions. Okay. For example, simply I'm just adding these two numbers, and I want to multiply the sum of these two numbers with the 2. So what I will do is equal to sum simply, and it is coming 25, right? So this is simple functions. So here I have used the function as a sum. Okay. But here I'm adding operator as a multiplication. Just 2. Right. So this is becoming function. When we are applying the function practically, then it is becoming the formula. Clear?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, cool. So we just learned that any function is starting with the equal to sign. So that is clear. So here you can see equal to sign is there. Then second one is the formula name or function name. Okay. So composition of the function is simply first one is that equal to sign. Second one is the function name. So what is the third thing you are able to see? Something within the bracket, right? You can see this number 1, number 2. What are these?
Cell positions.
Yeah, cell positions. But in a broader term, these are the inputs, right? So any function is composed of 3 things. You can see first one is equal to sign, the name of the function, and third one is the input. We are adding these inputs. So this is the inputs. And you are getting here guidance, that is number 1, number 2. So it is helping us that yes, we can add number 1, then comma, number 2. So this is just providing the guidance, right? So this is nothing but called as a syntax. So what is the purpose of syntax? For example, some formula is easy. If I don't know the formula, what I will do? I need some guidance to apply this formula. I will add sum. Then it is showing that yes, number 1, you have to select the number 1. then you have to give the comma, then you have to select the number 2, and you can see here bold. Okay, bold, it means that you are working on that this part of the syntax. I have already done selection for the number 1, so I have to work on this part. So bold, you can see I will select here bold, right? If I am adding comma again, so you have to act on this third syntax or third input. Okay, clear on the syntax? So syntax is helping us how to write the formula. It is guiding us. And with the help of the syntax, we can write any formula. So always remember what we usually do. We simply like is equal to sum, and then we select it without looking at the what is the syntax for this function. We directly apply. If some issue is there, if something is happening wrong, then only we see something is happening wrong like this, something happening, then we see what is the syntax for this function. Some is easy, but usually this happening, right? Because we don't have the habit of reading the syntax. So first thing that we have to implement is that we have to make the habit of reading the syntax and try to apply each and every formula by reading the syntax. Once you are able to do that, once you got the logic, then you can apply any formula. You know that in Excel, so many formulas are there, so many functions are there, and it will help you to save time. If you know the more number of the functions, then it will help you to save time. It will help you to reduce the complexity. You can apply it simply. Sometimes we make the functions very complex, but that is not needed. Some inbuilt functions are already there, but we don't know. So it's not like that you have to always mug up the 100, 200 functions within the Excel. If you know 20, 30 basic one, you got the logic, then you can apply anything. Excel is always introducing new functions in each version. Okay. So learning that each and every function is also not that much difficult. You can easily identify, you can easily use that function. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So next part is this input. So I'm adding here input. For example, what is the input for this cell or this sum? What input I have added?
H29, 129 and H130.
Yeah, so that is the range, right?
Yeah.
So I have added input as a range. Cool. For example, so here what I am adding? So I am directly giving the reference to the H29. I am not writing. What I am doing, I am here sum. Then I am directly selecting this range, right? You can select one by one. You can also select, like you can select one by one because syntax is like that. So it is allowing you to write one by one also, just comma separated, or otherwise you can directly select the range. Okay. And just close the bracket. So this is nothing but reference. So inputs. So three types of inputs are there. The first one that we just learned is the reference. So in the reference, you are directly selecting the input cells like this. Is equal to sum and just directly select the range. You are directly doing the selection. So that is the one thing. Another is that if I want to add 12 and 13, I will add sum, then I will write 12 and 13. Right? So I'm adding directly here 12 and 13. So I can directly add it here as a second one is as a number. So I can provide the number as an input. Just a moment. Cool. So I can directly add input in the number. Okay. So like this number, I can add third thing also. So for example, I'm just adding concat formula. Okay, so concat is like, we are going to learn each and every function in detail. My idea is just how can we add the inputs. Okay. For example, I have the two words. For example, Vishal Raj. For example, Vishal is the first name and last name is the Raj. For example, I want to combine these two. So I will do this combination with the help of the concatenate. So what I will do, concat. So what is the text one? I can directly select also. That is again become reference. I just want to type it. So I will write to Vishal, comma, double inverted comma, Raj. And you can see Vishal Raj. So what I did here, I type the text here. Here also I have typed the numbers 12 and 30. Any difference you are able to see between these two functions? Just look at these inputs. This input. Don't understand formula. Don't worry about it. Just see this input. Here I am adding the number as input. Here I am adding the text as input. I am showing you again. Just here I added some 12 and 13. And here I have added Vishal and Raj as input. Any difference are we able to see here?
The difference is the number you have hard coded and here your text you have hard coded.
Yeah. Anything else? Cool.
Colon and comma you used it.
And the alignment is on the left and the right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So just you have to always remember that whenever you are adding the input for the any function, you can add directly numbers here, right? But whenever you are adding the text, you need to add it in the double inverted commas.
Also, like colon and comma also making difference, right?
No,
Between
no,
one
no.
character.
It's same.
Okay.
Here you can see
Okay.
comma.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
It's same. Just difference is that you are adding the text in a double inverted commas and number directly. So that's why, right? So these two concepts are clear, right? Reference you can directly add, number also you can directly add, but text you need to hard code quote in double inverted comma. So that is the difference. You always have to remember this. Okay. Whenever you are going to write the VBA code also, so at that time you have to always remember you need to mention the text in the double inverted comma. Okay. For example, instead of this Vishal Raj, I just want to combine two special characters, asterisk, exclamatory mark. So how I will write? I will write this exclamatory mark and this asterisk, right? So here also special character also I'm writing in the double inverted commas. It means that we are already aware that special characters are also the text. What about the space? For example, I want to add space. So always remember space is also what? What is space? Space is also like a special character. And special character are nothing but the text.
Text,
If you
yes.
want to add space also, then you have to mention it in the double inverted commas only.
Yes.
Yeah. Any doubt?
No.
Cool. Okay. So we just learn about the some basics about the functions,
Sorry, I
but
have one question. Like
yeah.
when we do the concatenation, like
Mhm.
only we can make it only by manual input. We cannot choose automatically. Like
You can choose. You can choose. You can choose. I just want to show you that how can you add inputs like this three ways,
Mhm.
right? If you want to do the concatenation, you can directly do na concat.
For the cell.
You can select na. So this will become style as a reference, right?
Okay.
If I'm directly selecting, that will become a reference. My intention was just to show you how can we add these three different types of the inputs. Okay, cool. So sometime you may saw that dollar sign is added, right? So again, this like these are the references, right? So these references are again absolute and relative. So that is again separate but much more important concept. So till now, just remember that. So G140. So this is indicating the cell. Which cell? G140. Just we learn that any cell address is composed of two things. One is the column. So this is the G column. And where's 140? Yeah, cool. Okay. So I just want to give quick walk through the syllabus for those who have not attended yesterday's session. Cool. So our batch will be 2 months duration. So one or another week may be extended depending upon the syllabus. And 11 a.m. to 12:30 is the timing. But please reserve it from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. mostly, because mostly we are going to take it for 2 hours, not 1.5 hours. Okay. So syllabus is going to start from the very basic, like basic introduction about the workbook, worksheets, different function, different options available within it, data formats, validation, formatting, filters, tables, formulas, basic formulas and functions. More than 100, around like 100 functions we are going to cover. How to create the charts, basic charts, objects, formatting of the charts, automation of the charts, layout. I had already shared the syllabus copy in the group. I will share it again. Some advanced functions. So like pivot chart, pivot tables, calculated fields, Excel dashboarding, Power Query, basic introduction to the Power Query, some use cases we are going to see, VBA macros, basic about the VBA macros, shortcuts and all that. So we are not going with the syllabus flow, but we are going to make sure that each and every topic within the Excel, within the syllabus we are going to cover. We are always going to link the one topic with another so that flow should be developed, and we are not going to remember anything. Okay. So that is not my intention. My intention is that you should get the logic, you should get some idea. If something new will become, okay, if something new is coming, you should be able to understand it very easily. We are going to show the practical cases. We are going to learn about the automation. At the end, so how will be the flow of our syllabus? So we are going to cover the syllabus in few stages. Okay. So in stage 1, we are going to cover basics, introduction to Excel. Okay. So stage 2, we are going to start the basic functions and formulas. Okay. Stage 3, we are going to start with some advanced functions and formulas along with the some data analysis tools within Excel. Okay. For example, data validation, conditional formatting, Power Pivot, pivot table, pivot chart. Then in stage 4, we are going to learn about the advanced data analysis tool. Like Power Query, macros, VBA basic. We are going to learn about this. In stage 5, so that is the data visualization. Charts, dashboard creation, etc. We are going to learn here. And the practical applications of these concepts. Basic functions, advanced function formulas, some how to use this advanced tools for cleaning the data, performing some operations. So that data visualization we are going to learn in the stage 5. And in stage 6, AI integration. How can we use the chat GPT? Okay. Remaining concepts we are going to cover here, everything. And we are going to provide you the practice questions, notes. You can ask me anything if you have any doubt on your projects, anything related to the Excel, you can come to me. I will help you out on that. At the end, we will provide some interview questions also, some notes also, and recording will be also available. Okay. Anything you want to ask? Anything?
Is any validity for recording when